To record for the podcast here. Just doing some quick pre-show or pre-recording smoke. Just because when I'm recording, I don't want to fucking smoke at the same time. Just gotta go to earth like this. Fuck that shit. So getting all the juices out of the way. Not literal juices. Fuck that shit. That's good. It's gonna be a good time. A lot of reading. Reading for the ADHD dyslexic guy. Isn't that fucking great? But God, I sound like I'm gonna fucking sing some fucking emo ass shit. I'm gonna move this here a little bit. Just fucking with the goddamn camera here today because we move things around in the room. Looks a lot better. There's more space now. And if you hear that fucking rickety sound, that's my table that I use specifically for, propping up fucking cameras and shit. Well, it's good. It's good right now. Everything's very chill. We're about to just record this fucking episode right now. What are we going to be talking about? We're talking about some procrastination. We're going to be talking about some being a lazy piece of shit. Alright, because that's my life motto. Being a piece of shit. It's not what I want to do, but it's kind of how shit ends up sometimes. But yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get the title proper on the channel here. Practice makes perfect. Some shit like that. But we're going to go ahead and start in a couple minutes here. Just trying to get everything out of the way in terms of the prep work of getting this shit all labeled. Because, doing the label shit after I go ahead and do all this shit, like it's just extra step I don't want to do, right? Ooh wee. It's a lot of it's a good bit of fucking weed there. Alrighty, so that should be good. So we got the title updated, boys and girls. Isn't that nice? So we're a couple minutes away. But yeah, smoking up, getting shit done. Being a productive person is it's a wonder. All right, when you're productive, you feel like you're adding value, but I can't do that all the time, right? Ooh. But okay, let's go ahead and start. Ooh, it's gonna be all smoky. The aura of the room, man. We're gonna make it all fucking awesome. But yeah, we're about to record for the podcast here, so just pre-smoke, pre-recording smoke. But let's go ahead and get the record button on the way, and here we fucking go. Okay, are we ready? Seatbelts on? Great. Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 95. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in, or watching if you're watching on the Twitch stream right now. I know I butcher words all the time, so please excuse me. And if you are new, welcome and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Woo! Ric Flair shit. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at thescylounge. All one word, all right there, boys and girls. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG, even though I don't use that fucking thing. Let's get started. All right. So the topic of the week this week is going to be called the Lasagna Garfield syndrome, procrastination. All right. We're going to be talking about some procrastination. Good God, I'm slurring my words already. What's wrong with you? And so you might be asking yourself, what's wrong with you? And really, what kind of fucking title is this? And honestly, I couldn't think of a, topic or talk. I really couldn't. And again, this is what happens when my brain is all fuddled up. I couldn't really find the right title, nor the right topic for me to really go apeshit into. And honestly, that's the that's not the greatest explanation, but that's the goddamn honest truth. So that's exactly what you're gonna get right here, boys and girls. You get truths. You get truths here. And so here's the thing too with procrastination. It might be a very appropriate topic, seeing as how school's back for all you youngsters. All you youngsters with the goddamn school. Yeah, I remember back in my day we went to school. Yeah, so this might be an appropriate time to talk about procrastination, especially with kids, guys, young cats going back to school. And here's the thing. I've been feeling like a really lazy piece of shit over the last week or two. Really. I mean, realistically, the last 2 weeks I've been feeling like a real piece of shit. And here's the thing, what happens, really. When you oversmoke and overthink about shit, it gets you in this kind of paralytic state of being. And you're kind of stuck in an immense amount of thought because, when you smoke weed, obviously, psychologically, it does something to you. It fucking opens your brain up, man. It fucking opens up your psychologies and shit. But also, it helps you kind of think about shit. I mean, depending on who you are. I mean, for others, it's super anxiety relieving. But for me, like, I tend to think a lot. And, with weed, it's kind of I'd say it's a loner drug. Right? Where you just smoke that shit, you're in your home, you don't have to fucking talk to anybody, you don't want to talk to anybody. And because of that, I get to think about a lot of things. And doing so, and because I'm smoking so much weed, I'm literally melted on the couch, right? You feel like you're literally melted on the couch. And because you're kind of simulating that melted cheese thing, right? You leave more or less a permanent indentation on the fucking couch with your fat fucking ass. And that's what happened. This is what happens. This leaves me to procrastinate on shit that I need to do, like writing the script for the fucking episode, which is why it's such a goddamn mess right now. Writing for the weekly writing, going to the gym, exercising, eating proper, procrastinating. And for me, procrastinating can really mean, not prioritizing properly and doing other tasks that isn't priority number one right now. And so because of that, setting off these priorities till the last minute, it's not great. It's not great. Granted, I know some of you are probably thinking out there, hey, what are you talking about? I still get shit done. Hey, so do I, buddy. Adrenaline is a great fuel, but after a while, after a long time, after repeated occurrences, it's not the most reliable fuel. Going on fumes and fucking just guesswork at this point. It's not a steady thing, sir or ma'am. Jesus. And this is the thing. The fucked up part is I procrastinate all the fucking time. That's the reality of the matter. I fucking procrastinate all the fucking time. I try to get better at it. I mean, obviously it doesn't work out so well a lot of times, but I do have a theory. And I try to implement this a lot. I try to put this into practice a lot. And, sometimes it doesn't work. I'll flat out say that. Sometimes I don't follow through. But when I do follow through, you can absolutely fix procrastination. It's a matter of just fucking habit. It's a matter of habit breaking. And then now habit learning, habit acclimating, and then just making it a fucking repetitious thing. There you go, habit, right? So you may be asking yourself, how do I fix it? I ask myself that shit all the time. How do I fucking fix that shit? I mean, if you're not, still fucking entertain the idea, right? Just fucking entertain the idea for me. Just, how do we fix this shit? Fixing this shit, procrastination, it's a gradual process that does require some form of discipline. It really does. And for me, personally, deadlines work. When you give me a straight deadline, that's why we do the podcast every Tuesday, right? If you give me a deadline, despite how much I'll procrastinate it, I'll still fucking get that shit done on that day. And I know it's not really supporting the argument here, but what I'm saying is but when you add mini deadlines on top of the major deadline, right? So small pieces of deadlines to the major fucking deadline. For me, okay, so I'll give my example right now. I know it's really confusing, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain it. Every Tuesday I have the podcast. So if I spread out my work in terms of mini deadlines of, okay, so let's just say you have 2 days off, or just a day off. Let's just give myself a day off on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you're information gathering, you're doing more shit. So deadline, you're watching sports, you're doing this, you're doing that. And these mini deadlines will all add up to that major deadline, and then you're finished with the task. And then eventually, at the end of it, you won't feel so overwhelmed by how daunting the task might be. If you just take it a bit and pieces of it at a time, it helps out. And that's what I mean by disciplined approach. Just understand that it's a play at a time. It's a piece at a time. It's just one small piece and part at a time. All right? And that goes with anything, man. Writing, exercising, streaming, studying, fucking. It really, like literally, anything. It really just takes that effort, that discipline, and you can get better at it. You can stop procrastinating on that shit. And I know. And here's the thing. Am I living that kind of fixed life right now? No, as I said, no. I'm not a fucking perfect person. I'm mired with imperfection. I'm a fucking nutter, right? Wearing a goddamn hat and the flag here, yeah. But the thing is, you have to recognize that, yeah, there are flawed moments, but there are ways to correct this. And we can fail, but we can also try and correct the shit as best we can, especially in terms of procrastination, because it's only going to fuck you over if you keep procrastinating. That goes for homework, guys. I'm not lying about that shit. Homework fucks you over long run if you don't fucking do it, because you won't gather the knowledge over the longer period of time, and that'll fuck you over. Am I condoning study in high school? Not really. High school doesn't really matter. High school, it's general knowledge based on what I gathered during my time in high school, but good God. Jesus Christ, old man, what's your fucking point? All right. Ultimately, recognize the shittiness of procrastinating and plan a tailored way for you to break out of that rhythm. Okay, that's really it. That's really keeping it simple. Attack it small, and eventually you'll get that big boss. You fight all the minions, and then you get to the big fucking boss. Terrible advice. Shut up. I'm not in the sparkliest of energies right now. A la Twilight, Robert Pattinson. Horrendous movie series, by the way, but we just had to mention it when we say sparkling. And let's move on to some sauce. We talk about Arsenal. Of course we have to start off with Arsenal. Of course we do. Because in the Premier League, Arsenal just, in week number 2, just shit the bed. At Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Saturday, 3-2 loss. So an early goal by Pedro in the 9th minute, wide open defense. On all sides to invite the fucking opportunities, by the way. 20th minute, goal by Morata, who, again, guys, I just fucking, listen, I got shit in my fucking eyes. I'm not crying, I just got so fucking irritated because Arsenal defense made Alvaro Morata look like a world-class striker in that fucking play. That was what was fucking annoying about it. And then at least in the 37th minute, Mkhitaryan, a nice assist with Iwobi powering through that fucking defense for the assist. And then conversely, Iwobi getting the goal in the 41st minute with Mkhitaryan with a nice cross and getting the assist on there. But ultimately, the fucking match ended with a fucking Marcos Alonso winner. 81st minute, the fucking dagger, man. And you realize that Hazard was brought on early in the second half as a sub, and him being the difference maker of that, game-winning goal. Yeah, that's just fucking infuriating. And I have a couple of things I have to talk about as an Arsenal fan. Granit Xhaka. Are you a fucking meme? A yellow card in the first half and subsequently you get subbed off immediately in the second half? Get your shit in order, bro. What the fuck? How the fuck is that even... He got named as one of the fucking captains, by the way. So, there you go. Mustafi! Oh, Mustafi. A joke? Is he seriously having a fucking laugh? Responsible for 2 goals being conceded. Like a flailing fish on the surface. Just Jesus, you're so fucking shit at times. It's just so fucking phenomenal. It's just absolutely phenomenal what you do. Oh my god. But speaking of not, sarcastically phenomenal, Guendouzi has to be talked about. Young kid, 19 years old, got picked up from the second league of French football, brought into Arsenal during the summer transfer window. This kid looks like a stud. Possession, fucking field awareness, field positioning, pass accuracy, his passion for the game. Dude, I just love this kid. He looks really fucking good. Despite how lackluster we've all looked, and I get it, man. It's the system. It's gonna take time. But when you're sitting at fucking 17th place with missed opportunities like it was fucking nothing, you have to start asking the questions. Players, what are you doing? Players, what are you doing? So, I asked that question, and hopefully next week against West Ham United at home in Premier League, match day 3, hopefully Arsenal can fucking do something. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I hope they can. I really hope they can. So, Arsenal losing 2 weeks in a row. They haven't done that since 1992. Exciting, again, to say that fucking fact. Great. And we talk about other football news. Hooray! All our other rivals won their matches except Manchester United. Fuck Manchester United. I don't care. That makes me pretty goddamn happy that happened. Awesome work. And I know I'm a dick. I don't really give a fuck. But we got to talk about the other football. NFL. Yeah, I believe after I wrote the episode here, I forgot to mention, and I forgot to write on here, Myers, our kicker, was released as well. He played a fucking minor part in our camp, so I don't really give a shit, it doesn't matter. Him, negligible people, I don't care. Like, for me, it was always Hauschka and John Ryan. And speaking of John Ryan has left the Seattle Seahawks after 10 years. Nothing but love and respect for our guy, John. Shout out to John Ryan, who leaves Seattle as a winner, as a champion, and as a bright spot on the Seattle community. Congratulations, John, for everything you've done for the Seattle Seahawks organization. Thank you. And best of luck in all future endeavors for John Ryan there, because seriously, I wish nothing but the best for that guy. And all former Seahawks players, yeah, I get it. But, John Ryan, man, he doesn't get enough shout out. And I know, punters get the fucking shtick when, they don't do something right. So, I mean, shout out to John Ryan for putting up with all the bullshit. 10 years, a decade with the Seahawks organization. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. But something that doesn't really deserve our love is the shittiness of the preseason. And I don't mean the loss. I just mean the general fact that preseason exists. Okay? The fact that the preseason exists and players will play hard, right? Some players will play hard. The fact of injury is very high. The chance of injury is very high. And unfortunately, preseason exists, but fortunately our players weren't injured. In the preseason loss against the Los Angeles Chargers, 24-14. I mean, guys, do you care? Does anybody care about preseason football except me? Except me, who's just watching this shit like, oh god, is something interesting gonna happen? Is something I hope no one gets injured. That's really it when I'm watching these fucking preseason games now. Christ. And in preseason week number 3, oh boy. Against the Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota. Oh boy, that's so exciting. You can hear the enthusiasm in my voice right now. Just, oh boy, that's so exciting. And here's the thing. The preseason is bringing about an unquenchable hype that keeps telling me, fuck preseason and get me to September already. But, some fans' optimisms, about their team is delightful and hilarious all at the same time. I mean, unless you're a Patriots fan, I mean, I don't think any other franchise is guaranteed for a conference championship. I just don't think so. Unless you're the fucking Patriots, then fuck you guys. Aren't you fucking lucky? But for everybody else, it's kind of a shot in the dark. So Hey, that's football for you guys. Lakers Nation. Let's talk about some Lakers as we're wearing some yellow shit today. Well, at least this part we're wearing yellow today. The shirt, that is. The Lakers. LeBron watch at the SkyLounge. More practice shots. More practice shots. And more fangirling for me. Because fuck yeah. Why the fuck not? It's LeBron James. So yes, I do have to say that. And we have to talk about a foolish comment that was made. A hilarious comment. A hilarious comment, mind you. Let's take a sip of that water. Because this comment is so goddamn hilarious. I don't want to have a water break when I'm just going on this fucking rant. Patrick Beverley of the Los Angeles Clippers comes out this week and says the team in LA, the best team in LA, are the Clippers. No. No. You dense fuck. No. I mean, here's the thing. How? Patrick Beverley, let me ask you the pertinent question. How are the Clippers better than the Lakers? Y'all haven't even been to a fucking championship game. Let alone a fucking Western Conference final. I mean, holy shit. Chris Paul was mired by failure under your mediocre-ass franchise. Hold on. Let's not forget what actually happened. And if we're not talking about just the past, let's actually talk about recent history. Recent season, okay? The Clippers. The fucking Clippers. Finished, what, 10th? 10th in the Western Conference this season? And Patrick Beverley, you were out, mostly with injury. And that's something you can't control, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not. But you lost franchise players left and right. You lost Blake Griffin. You lost DeAndre Jordan. Who the fuck do you have? Sam Decker's even gone. Fucking Decker! Who the fuck do you have that you're boasting about that you're going to be better than LA? Is it the fucking, like, chip you have on your shoulder that you're the fuck? Oh, I came from the bottom. Bitch, everybody fucking has problems. Holy shit. I mean, the blind stupidity of fucking Clippers fans and players is just astounding. It's next levels of delusion. Holy fucking Christ. Are you people fucking brain dead? Like, how are you better? How are you better? Positionally they are. Way underdeveloped players and mid-tier players with no shot of a fucking playoff? Oh my god, like don't even fucking start with me, Clippers fans. Don't even fucking start with that shit. Holy shit. We're relevant. Oh, are you, sweetheart? Are you? Jesus, you haven't been relevant since fucking Buffalo. Yeah, people forget Clippers are from Buffalo, where mediocrity is born from. Holy shit. And you know what? I'll end it with this. 16, bitch. Fuck off. Oh, god damn it. Talking about Clippers fans, oh god, it just irritates the fuck out of me. You guys got nothing. Still managed to talk shit. I don't know how. I just don't know how. I don't know how. But we're going to talk about the fan base that I'm a part of. That does talk shit. Rightly so. The Golden Knights. But this isn't talking shit, but this is some great news coming for the Vegas Golden Knights. The Fort Wayne Comets have been officially named as the Vegas Golden Knights ECHL affiliate club. Awesome news. We have an AHL affiliate club with the Chicago Wolves in Illinois. And an ECHL club in Fort Wayne's Comets, so Indiana. So that is going to be fucking awesome. Definitely an excuse to go check out Chicago and Fort Wayne. Why the fuck not? But you're Asian. I don't fucking care. We're all going to die someday. Sometimes you might get death by lynched. I don't fucking know. Fucked up. But let's talk about the NHL. We are waiting for September for any semblance of preseason hockey right now to get fucking started. I am just... Waiting is miserable. Waiting is miserable. I miss hockey a lot, as you can clearly tell, with the hat and the flag in the background. Let's talk about the Dodgers. It's been rocky as all hell. I can say that much. Jensen came back yesterday, but they lost against the St. Louis Cardinals, which kind of sucks. But you know, here's the thing with baseball. I'm paying attention to what's happening with the score and throughout what's happening with the season, where the Dodgers are going to land. And again, I'm hoping they get to the World Series. And again, that sounds like a bandwagon fan, but again, I've been following this fucking band. I've been following this team since like what 2000 for 18 years now. So hey, that's fucking tell you monogamy, then fuck you. But guys, remember, all weekly writing is on the SoundCloud description and on the link, which I will provide. So check that shit out. Weekly writing number 31. Tragedy, called it Time Out. I wanted to take a look at injuries for sports stars. And I know injuries will fuck shit up. Doubly so for athletes whose essentially jobs and careers rely on them being physically healthy. And injuries can completely derail that. And I try to put a high school kid, where his injury would fuck him up, and I really wanted to just paint a scene. It wasn't really to extend the story, it was really to paint a scene of tragedy, like that moment of fucking getting fucked and everything lost in that moment. I wanted to just paint that specific scene, and I hope I did. You're fucked up for saying that! That's just me. You guys don't know, this is clearly fucked up right here. And so, guys, when we talk about weekly film number 31, went ahead and watched Cowboy Bebop the movie from 2001. 17 years ago, Cowboy Bebop knocking on heaven's door to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the series. Cowboy Bebop the movie had a limited release throughout the United States last weekend. And so I figured, why the fuck not? 20th anniversary was also my good buddy's birthday, so I decided to go out. Why the fuck not again? They played the Japanese audio with English subtitles, which the inner weeaboo in me was just like, oh my god, that's right, that's fucking right, that's gonna be fucking awesome. So that was just me all throughout the movie. And then pretty much I was so fucking tired though, I'm not gonna lie, I was really fucking tired throughout the movie. So during the quiet lull parts, I was just dozing off here and there. But let's talk about the plot of this movie. Director Shinichiro Watanabe, and I know I just butchered that name a little bit, takes us to the world of Mars, where a heinous terrorist plots some fucking shit. I don't know. People turn into dead bodies. Honestly, I wasn't following the plot very closely. There really was no plot. It was a typical run-of-the-mill bad guy, terrorist. He has motives, but let's go get him. And honestly, the characters, I mean, we're reintroduced to some fun, memorable characters from the original series. Spike, Faye Valentine, Jet Black. And as they take on, the nefarious and of course the new antagonist Vincent, and I swear Vincent's motives was explained for 2-3 minutes by a secondary character, and that's where I just thought, okay, this is an anime tie-in movie without any huge emphasis on plot. And seriously, that's kind of a bummer. That is kind of a bummer because there are two aspects of this movie where I thought it excelled above and beyond anything I expected. The visuals of this movie. Yoichi Ogami worked on the cinematography and deserves a massive shout out for the ambiance each scene provided. And some moments felt really picturesque and very appropriate for the geography they were trying to paint. And the mood and the vibe. I mean, everything visually, they just got it right. And it's still some of the best animation sequence, despite it being 17 years later. And that means you still have to ID the fucker. Was that a bad joke? Probably. Age consent jokes they're kind of an iffy spot, aren't they? But let's talk about the music of this movie. And oh fucking catfish, it is absolutely fantastic. Yoko Kanno, the absolute, jazz master, right? He is a jazz master. Right? The jazz is strong in this one. And he's able to bring out a very fun, yet just timely songs and themes just for every fucking scene. There's one particular scene I can remember in nearly the third act, the end of the third act in the movie, where Spike is running through the city and Mars, flying. And the fucking theme song and the fucking jazz is just so fitting to that entire scene, that scenery, that actual action sequence. Fucking phenomenal. I can't say anything negative about that music. It's just on fucking point. Not a lot of people can do it, but this movie gets that shit done right. And it's a miscellaneous shit, not gonna lie. I was fucking so tired during this movie. I was actually falling asleep. Yeah, like I said, I was dozing off, but seriously, probably a good 5 minutes. And I couldn't help it. I was just so fucking, I was goddamn tired. I'm an old man. I get tired as fuck. And so here's the thing. Let's wrap this shit up. If I had to review this movie, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Knocking on Heaven's Door is a visual and jazz-themed treat as we are reintroduced to the world of Cowboy Bebop with its familiar characters in a less than stellar plot. I mean, listen, when another character has to flat out explain the motivation of the antagonist for 3 goddamn minutes, that's when I ask why. Why the fuck am I watching this shit? Ugh. So, that's the film of the week. But let's talk about the album of the week. Because, on here we talk about music, we talk about all this shit. And for the album of the week, we listen to I Hope You're Happy by Blue October. Now let's talk about this album. I never listened to this band, mind you. I never listened to this band. And despite the fact that my ex did introduce me to this band, but I never gave a shit. Like, she's like, oh, it's a great band, you should listen to it. I was like, I don't fucking care. Honestly, that was the last recollection I had of this band was, oh my god, I remember my ex, she introduced me to this song, or this fucking band. I never actually listened to them. But fucking, they came out with this new album, and I decided to listen to it. And this album got me so caught up in my fucking feelings, I had to literally take a walk outside. I was like, dude, I can't fucking deal with this shit anymore. I can't deal with the emotions. This is way too much. And I couldn't properly figure shit out until I was sitting alone, drinking a little bit, and processing shit. Right? That's how I do things. But then I was able to, kind of go through the album and think about it. And really, honestly, it is a good album. And I feel like, however, though, it does get off of that throwback feel of the mid 2000s emo bands. And I feel like, okay, cool. Like that's a nice aesthetic to get really interested in. For me, I like that kind of style once in a while. But when it's consistent, I'm like, all right, dude. Like if it's almost every song, this is kind of a bummer. But they, Blue October adds in a lot of great orchestra pieces into the album itself, so it's really worth checking out if you're really into the classical shit. But they're able to bring on the fucking feels, man. In which if you've heard of this band before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But definitely a good album to check out to expand the horizon. Again, I've been listening to a lot of hip hop throughout the last few weeks, so I want to check out something different. So if you want to be drunk on feelings, go listen to Blue October. Thanks, Spotify. Not sponsored, but I wish I was. Wouldn't that be fucking something? Cheat meals. I want to talk about cheat meals. Oh god, I did a real piece of shit move, guys. And I just ate a bit of cheat meals. So I do keto, and what that essentially means is I don't eat carbs, I don't eat sugar. But, I think yesterday I kind of broke, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to have some fried chicken, with all the skin. Like, that's not even a joke. Especially the skin. I left some meat pieces. All right. To tell you the truth, I just ate flat out fried chicken pieces, chicken skin pieces, and they were fucking delicious. But with keto, you get these unsatiable cravings sometimes. Like, you want to devour a pizza at one point, and sometimes you have to allow that. But the sugar thing kills me, because at times I really want to fucking just dabble on some ice cream, just fucking go ape on ice cream, but I don't. It's hard to keep that kind of mentality, but yeah. You have to kind of do. I'm too fat. I gotta deal with this shit. This is disgusting. But yeah, which brings me to talking about the gym, and I finally renewed my annual shit. Jesus Christ. I mean, but it's been difficult to go because shit, no license, and I don't want to spend money on the bus at this point because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And so we devised a do-it-yourself at-home garage gym, and it's nothing special. It really isn't. It's just 2 dumbbells, a kettlebell, elevation mask, and 100+ degree weather Vegas that is stewing that fucking garage every goddamn day. Is it fun? Yes. If you're a fucking masochist, absolutely, it's fucking fun. So I love it. I love it. Obviously we talked about the room arrangement. I've been fucking around with the room space here, fucking around with the office space. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around the camera on the Spotify, or not the Spotify, Jesus, the Twitch here. But been fucking around with that office space, room space here, just to, feng shui it up, I guess. I don't know. So we're gonna have some room for some more activities. It's gonna be fucking great, and it's really gonna be fucking great. It's gonna be good because here at the Sky Lounge, we're gonna be doing more shit. All right, I got, next week, got to think about something for the big monthly adventure because I haven't done shit all fucking month. I mean, I have shit planned for next month. Obviously, Life is Beautiful. November is gonna be something. October there's gonna be a solo trip out the. You're going to find out soon, and I already have like all 4 months lined up except August. I don't have anything planned for August, so I'm going to think about something to do. And all right, folks, thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you are subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The Sky Lounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Now, fuck off. Alright, so we are done recording the episode for the SoundCloud page. For the actual episode. Why do I sound like a racist caricature? I have no fucking idea. But let's go ahead and continue to smoke here. So we are done recording, my friends. Woo-wee! Good shit. But it's gonna be good. Oh boy. So here's the thing. As soon as I stop recording and as soon as I stop talking about my sports, guys, team news pops up. And immediately it says McKissick for the Seahawks is going to be out with an injury for a couple weeks. And Ramsey for the... God, my brain is so fucking pooped. For the Arsenal Football Club will be holding out because he's actually demanding double his wages. Our clubs are fucked. I mean both the Seahawks and the Arsenal Football Club. My God. My brain is fucking stupid, guys. Just realize that. While I'm uploading this episode. So yeah, I'm going to be posting this video on, it's going to be on the Twitch. Obviously on the videos option, it has like 14 fucking days and shit, but also going to be on YouTube. So if you want to check this out on YouTube at the Sky Lounge, it's going to be on the YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, hey, what's going on? How are you? I'm just smoking. What up? But yeah, we're just going to try to do more shit, grind out. I know I've been kind of inconsistent on the video content and streaming, but I'm going to get shit together, pull more